Hey y'all, it's Leslie. I'm going to do some firsts today. I'm going to make my first junk journal, and I'm going to sew on paper for the very first time, and I thought I would take you along with me in all its glory. What I will do is I will show you the first piece that I sew so that you can see my actual first. Oh my gosh, it's my first ever. And then I'm going to put it on fast forward a little bit so that I get through all the papers, and that way I can get the sound down because there's heavy equipment outside and my dog loves to bark at anything that moves outside, so I'm sure there's going to be a chaos at some point. I'm going to insert a picture here so that you can see exactly what the settings are for my sewing machine. This is my mom's sewing machine. I lost her in 2014, and all I can do is thread it. I can fill the bobbin if I have the instruction manual. I can sew straight lines so that I can I've made curtains, like just sewed straight line hem at the top and a hem at the bottom, and I've done a pillowcase the same way, just kind of did a square kind of thing. Well, I don't know how to do anything else. I have looked over here. There's a space over here. You'll see it in the picture. There's a space over here, and it's got different kinds of stitches. I've never done that before. I'm probably going to stick with straight stitches for the first signature, and then maybe do zigzag for the second signature, and if I feel comfortable, then I may do another one. I've got a scrap piece of paper here that I'm going to make my first stitch with. I'm not a seamstress at all, so I don't know. I don't work this, if I can get the foot thing right. I don't work it very well. Oh goodness. Okay, it would help if you turn it on. Always make sure to turn on your sewing machine. Jeez Louise. Okay, now I got a mess back there, so let me cut that off. Okay. Why am I so nervous about this? But it just seems like, I don't know. Okay, some people talk about changing the pressure foot and doing that kind of stuff. All I know is there's a little thing, and that's called the pressure foot. It looks like a fork on the front, and then it's kind of squared off on the back. I wouldn't know how to change that thing out to save my life. The needle that came with the machine is a standard needle for sewing. That's it. So if this doesn't work, then I don't know what to do. Alright, here we go. I'm going to fold this piece of paper, and we're just going to start. Oh, some people do this back stitch at the very beginning, kind of like if you're doing with fabric. Mine doesn't back stitch well, so I'm going to have to do that with my hand. But, okay. Quit talking and do it. Okay. I'm nervous. Oh my gosh, it worked. See, my back doesn't work. Wait, I'm going the wrong way. There's a back stitch. There's two back stitches. Okay. Oh my gosh. And a back stitch and a back stitch. And so on. And pull this out. Okay, can you see? There's something wrong with my tension. The only reason I know that is because of the way this is on the back, and my mom did tell me that one time. But, oh, and I did a color of thread on the top, and the bobbin is white. So, anyway, I have no idea how to change this tension thing. I think it's here. There's some numbers on here. So, I'm going to turn it up to 2 and try it again. And then, if this doesn't work, you know what? I don't care. It's not really about being cute stitches. This is fine with me. Oh, that's cute. So I'll try it one more time. Oh, I'm confident now, see? I didn't backstitch. Honestly, that is no different. So I changed the tension. Maybe I should change the stitch length. Have no idea what I'm doing. So I'm going to change the stitch length. It's on 2. You saw the picture. I'm going to change it to 3. I don't know if that means longer or shorter. Maybe I should go to 1. Let's try 1 first. Okay, here we go. You're learning with me, I hope. If you're bored, just fast forward through this, and I'll get to the pages, sewing the pages in just a minute. I'm sorry. I've just never done this before. Oh no, that going down in your number on your stitch length apparently makes them be really short, because they are super tiny short stitches. So I'm going to just stop in the middle there and go ahead and run this up to 3. Maybe even. I'm going to run it to 4, which is the highest mine goes, and let's see what happens. Okay. I like that now. You'll see what I'm talking about. Okay. Do you see right here how tiny those stitches are? And then over here, they get bigger. Yeah. So I'm going to go with this one. I think I like this better. That was on 4, which is the widest mine goes. Biggest stitches. Mine does. And I think I may go like down toward 3. It allows me to do like 3.5. So I'll do that. Okay. Here we go. So I found a tip, and I'll link the lady below. I don't even know how to pronounce her YouTube name, but so I'll link her below. But she had a tip of using the blue tape to hold your pages when you're doing the junk journal. And I probably used about a foot of blue tape for all of these. I ended up having to use some paper clips too, as you see. The blue tape, if you're going to use it, here's the tip. Make sure that you stick it to like your face or your clothes or your arm or something before you stick it to your paper, because it does still try to rip a little bit. Okay, I'm not going to do any back stitching because I'm bold like that, because I have no idea what's its purpose with paper, because I don't know. So I'm going to start. This is my first page of my junk journal. I'll sew this one in real time, and then I'll start fast forwarding. Okay. Here we go. Here goes nothing. It scares me to death when it starts. Oops. Cool. See, there's the underneath. And this is the top side. Oh, yeah, you can see those stitches. Okay. Sewed a little bit on the blue tape. Maybe it'll come up anyway. Okay. All right, now I'm going to start fast forwarding. Parchment that I've done, so I've never sewn on it since I hadn't sewn on paper. You know I hadn't sewn on this, so I don't know if this is going to work on parchment. We'll see. Okay, let's just try here. I can already tell my paper clips are causing problems. Let's take that one out and see if that helps. sounds weird. It worked. Okay, on the zigzag, it starts out looking like this. Yeah, I know it's crooked, but do you see how it's not very up and down zigzag? Well, there's a knob on here called width, and I've gotten kind of brave doing all this that I'm just rolling the knob whenever I get ready to. So the width, I changed the width, and it was still doing like this, and now look what it's doing. It's doing the true zigzag. Let me turn up here so you can see that. See, it's really wide zigzag. So that creates the width, and the length is how close these would be together. So width, I don't think really matters on, or maybe it does matter on the straight stitches, because this is straight stitch. I had not changed the zigzag, but look what it was doing. Yeah, it's not really straight. Of course, it doesn't matter to me in a junk journal, and this is just going to be my little journal, but if I was going to sell these or give them as a gift, I would need to get the, I mean, if it's going to be straight, it needs to be straight, and it would be like that. Okay, I sew across here, and then I use my scissors and I just trim the little thread that's in between there. Yeah. And I get these little threads like this one. Can you see? I don't know. Yeah, you can see it's, there we go. Sticking up. I don't care. That's fine. Okay, here's the things that I've learned. First of all, blue tape is awesome, because when you tape it, you're taping it away from the edge of the paper, and you can just stitch across. If the blue tape gets caught in the stitches like this one, it will tear right out. I've already tested that. It does pull your stitch a little bit, but for me, I don't care. I would be a little more careful about where I sew if that was going to matter. You can see how it's stitched in, but it will. I'll show you how it pulls out. This one did not tear out, so I definitely need to be careful next time about it, but I can pick that out with tweezers and it'll be okay. So definitely don't sew over your tape, but the tape is better than the paper clips, because paper clips will the little end of the paper clip is sometimes sharp, and it will grab hold of the paper, and they get in a bind up under the, I mean, I don't sew through them, definitely don't sew over them, but they get in a bind coming across the top of the sewing machine and hitting all these different ridges and things, and move and bend your papers. So I definitely like the blue tape tip, but I definitely say don't sew over it, especially with this stitch. Now the straight stitch, I didn't have a problem getting it out, but this will take me a couple minutes and then I'll be done. Okay, so those are my sewing pages. I have finally gotten myself where I can sew on paper. I'm excited about that. And I've done my first junk journal pages, and I'll be showing you what all these look like later. And I'll see you tomorrow with the full completed book, and I'll show you all the pages. Thank you very much for stopping by. Please like and subscribe. You can click my photo to subscribe on the screen. Check out my other videos and leave me a comment. Thanks very much. Bye.